I wanted to talk today about baby sensations, and the way I want to do that is kind of fun. I want to dig through this box of baby items and talk about how they're going to stimulate different sensations for your baby. And one thing to note is that these items are not actually baby toys. So I do have baby toys, and that's what my babies play with when I can't be right there with them. So if baby's in the pack and play or on the floor while I'm cooking dinner, they're playing with real baby toys. But if I'm going to be right there with my baby, closely supervising, and I define that as eyes on baby within arm's reach. So not on the cell phone, but actually paying attention to the baby. Nothing wrong with your cell phone, I'm just saying. For safety, we want eyes on baby within arm's reach when we play with household items. And you'll see what I mean as we dig through this box. But just wanted to make that distinction for you. So let's just get started. Let's start with this guy. This is a spatula for my kitchen. Really exciting, right? But look at the high contrast colors. Look at the fact that so that's going to be for the visual sense. It's visually stimulating. It's got this hard, smooth wood down here, which would feel a certain way in baby's hand or in baby's mouth. And then it's got this soft silicone at the top that's going to feel very different in baby's hands and mouth. So that's going to be great for the tactile system, the touch system. And I'm going to toss things down here when I'm done with them. But one thing to notice is that a lot of activities or a lot of these materials are actually going to incorporate multiple senses. And that's great for development. That helps baby use multiple senses at the same time, which is what we nerdy people call sensory integration. So moving right along, we have an empty bottle of bubble bath for my toddler. I stuck some beans in there, and it's now a rattle for baby. It's got an interesting touch if baby's old enough to hold things and move it around, maybe transfer it from one hand to the other. It's got a little bit that baby could look at and visually explore. But mainly it's sound, so that sense, auditory sense. These are loofahs from the dollar spot at Target several years ago. I can't find another one. Here they are. And these are great for tactile or touch sensation. They're kind of an interesting texture. These aren't something I'd let baby play with once they're mouthing. If I did, I would let them hang from an activity gym so baby can touch but not grab and mouth. But these are great also if they're hanging from an activity gym. You're going to get some nice visual stimulation. So great ways to play. They don't really make too much of a sound, but where's my little... Well, we'll move on to this one. This is a scarf. I love scarves for playing with babies. I have more scarves for my babies than I do for me to wear, but nice high contrast for vision. But this one has some tassels on it, which can be really fun for baby to touch. Nice tactile stimulation. Doesn't really make a noise, doesn't really have a smell. It might smell like mommy if I've worn it before, but mainly visual sense and touch sense. This is a tiny oven mitt that someone made for me, and it is so tiny, y'all. That is not safe to grab anything hot with, but it's awesome for baby play. Nice high contrast colors for the visual sense. It's got a little crinkle fabric. I guess it's insulating inside, but that is great for the auditory or hearing sense. And it's just kind of smooth cotton, but some touch stimulation there as baby maybe grabs it if they're old enough. Another scarf. Never worn this one, I promise, but it's awesome for babies. High contrast, super visual, nice touch, soft and smooth, kind of silky. So there's that. And something to notice, I'm not talking a whole lot about the pressure and stretch sense, which is the proprioceptive sense, but if baby's on the floor, not in baby gear, but flat on the floor playing on their side, on their back, or in tummy time, they're experiencing that pressure and stretch sense just through moving their body and feeling their weight shift on the floor. So that's huge. Almost all of these activities, if done on the floor, are going to let your baby feel that sensation. That is burp cloth, but on one side, it's bumpy terry cloth, you can see. And on this side, it's smooth flannel. And I love this one for, we'll talk more in an upcoming email about baby skills. Or mini milestones, as I like to call them, but this would be an awesome way to play with a newborn who's in tummy time, and then tummy time is mainly just like head down, cheek down. It's really nice to put different sensations under that cheek. So maybe baby lays on the smooth side, and then you flip it over and let baby play on the bumpy side, and they feel that difference. So that's a nice way to play with a brand new baby. I have another pot holder. These are the ones we actually use, but just a silicone pot holder, but it's got these great bumps. I don't know if you can see those. Real bumpy. My toddler loves it as a puppet, but the baby loves it to hold and touch and mouth. It's silicone, so it's safe as long as I clean it. And it's also a nice way for me to give a little massage to her hands and her feet. So touch, lots of touch there. And obviously touching for babies is not just with their hands and their feet, it's their whole body, but also their mouth. That's an important way they develop their touch sense. This is just a little burlap gift bag, really, but it's nice and bumpy. It's that rough texture. You could rub that on baby's cheek or let baby touch it. And burlap has a smell, kind of funky smell to me, but it's a nice way to expose baby to new smells. What else do I have in here? A couple of decorative balls that are wooden and scratchy. And these are great. They're also high contrast. They're nice for vision, but they're nice for touch. I'm going to wrap up real quick. I'm going to turn off the baby monitor. I hear someone starting to wake up. I'm going to turn that off for you so we're not shut. Real life, guys. This happens in real life. Here's some ribbons. These are great for really young babies. I don't give this to a baby once they can roll or put things in their mouth, but just nice for tactile exploration. There's some sound there and for visual exploration. Another scarf, more texture. A soft greeting card. This has some texture. Baby can look and baby can touch. And we'll wrap it up with a bell. So obviously that's going to trigger the auditory sense, that hearing sense. But it's also shiny. If you hung it from an activity gym, you get some visual sense there. So I'm going to run check on my babe. But hope you guys have a great day. Happy playing. And I look forward to sharing more ways to play with things like this and more ways to have fun with your little one in upcoming emails.